Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? I'm Joom, and welcome back to the Shotmakers. As you can see, it's been a while. A lot of life changes have happened, a lot of different things, and one of them is our very first episode with a guest. Clearly, as you can see, we are not in my typical blue wall setup. I'm here with my Brody, one of my first friends at LA, Shay. Say what's good, Shay.
What's going on, man? How y'all doing?
Shay, as you can see in his background, we are in Shay's crib, but as you can see in the background, Shay is an extremely talented engineer, sound engineer, and I trust him not only in music, but also in sports. One thing I realized with LA folks, especially LA sports fans, is that they can be a little pretentious sometimes. But very once in a while, you will run into a LA fan who actually knows what he's talking about. And to me, Shay is that guy. So, Shay, welcome to the pod. I'm really happy that you could be here, bro.
Yeah.
It's been a long time coming, man.
Yeah, it's definitely been a long time coming. We could definitely be pretentious sometimes, but I mean, we're just spoiled, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
By the time I was 15, I had been to 5 Laker parades. What could I say?
Yeah, that's not fair, bro.
We're spoiled with it, but I'm glad you're here. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad to be here. I've been wanting to do this pod for a minute, and I'm just glad to get it going.
I'm glad you're here, man. Shay was immediately the first person I thought about hopping on this pod. Brilliant in so many different ways, but even just like if you've ever followed Shay on Twitter, which you can do that right now.
Yeah,
actually, right?
mixed by Shay on all platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter.
But Shay knows his stuff. Shay knows his stuff in a lot of different ways. So we're going to talk about the NBA season that we just finished up on. We're going to talk about the NBA offseason that's currently crazy and going on right now. And we'll also dish on the WNBA, who I gotta say, and I was telling some folks earlier, like Shay is someone who has been a WNBA fan prior to the recent boom that's come in. We love the boom, but it's also very special to me that you got somebody who actually also knows about the WNBA, right? Because they've also been spoiled too with Candace Parker, Cheryl Schuster, Tina Turner.
Right, yeah. One of my favorite best sports memories is just the Sparks winning in 2016. That's one of my all-time favorite sports memories. I won't go too much into it, but I just felt like Gino didn't put Candace and NECA on that Team USA team. He put some of his own players on the team, and NECA goes and wins MVP.
Yeah.
Candace, they go win the championship, and that was just proof like, yeah, we're like that. Like, we should have been on the team, So that's one of my favorite sports memories, period.
It's crazy. It's crazy how much beef Gino has with current WNBA players. Gino's the greatest the greatest woman basketball coach, Pat Summer, wherever you feel, but the greatest by the numbers. It's crazy how he has all that beef. So let's get it started. On this episode of Shotmakers, we are talking about the NBA, or we want to get started with the NBA Finals that we just saw. Right?
Yes.
We just saw the Oklahoma City Thunder take out the Indiana Pacers in 7 games to win their first ever NBA title. What do you have to say about that? What did you enjoy from that? What did you hate about it? We had the whole season long, we had folks hate watching the Thunder because of Shay's play style. Nobody thought the Pacers would make it to the finals, but they somehow got there.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about that series?
Well, like he said before, if you follow me on Twitter, I've really been, and it's not because we have the same name, but I've really been big on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He was my MVP last year. I think it's okay that he won it this year. I think Jokic should. That's just a whole different thing, but I think he should have won it last year. So I guess it balances out,
Yeah.
But incredible run. That acquisition of Caruso was huge. As a Laker fan, it still hurts me that we chose Talon Horton Tucker.
Hey, PhD, bro.
Yeah. So, but that's neither here nor there. But just an incredible run, a great playoffs, and just my hats off to the Pacers.
Yeah.
If the Pacers were to pull this off, I think strictly odds-wise would have been the greatest underdog story.
Absolutely.
Especially based on like preseason odds. It wouldn't have even been close. They were like minus 6,600.
Yeah.
And I think it would have just been crazy because no one thought.
I mean, based on the odds on December 31st, 2024.
The
Pacers started this season. They probably were the most improbable team to make it to the NBA Finals this last season. Probably the most improbable team to make it to the NBA Finals maybe since the Dallas Mavericks in 2011? Perhaps.
Perhaps because you had the Cavs who were just dominating the entire regular season. You had the defending champion Celtics.
Yeah.
So you had those two on both sides. The fact that they even,
they gassed out.
Yeah.
They gassed out. And so I think for the Pacers, it's unfortunate that Halliburton started off that game so hot, 9 points within the first 7 minutes of the game, and unfortunately goes out. He actually legitimately, like, the tire blows. Unfortunately, but like for the Pacers, that is a success. That is probably the closest they have ever been to a chip. I know they faced off against your Lakers.
Oh yeah, that was the first.
But I do think that series, I think the season in general was like one of the best we've seen in a while.
Oh yeah,
like going to Game 7 in the NBA Finals we knew the Thunder were going to be there. If you've watched basketball at all this season, you knew that the Thunder were that team. Like you said, Caruso gelled. Even when the Thunder had no center playing in a regular season, they were still dominating. They were still
dominating. They were able to switch everything long, athletic. Jalen Williams making his first All-Star appearance this year, and obviously he's really good offensively. But I think the key to this championship team was him being an all-defensive player this year as well. You have Lou Dort. I like to call him, a free safety. Yeah, that guy's.
You talking about free? He built like a linebacker.
Yeah, he built like a line. Like that guy is just. He wrecks havoc. I think the Locks do it too. If he was from America, he would be in the NFL. But but he's just a really good defensive player. Chet being helped side him coming back, blocking shots. Did really. Miles Turner wasn't as effective in these finals.
We gonna talk about Miles Turner.
We definitely will. They were just really good all around, but the resilience from those Pacers, I really got.
I think it's a testimony. I mean, Miles Turner, who was at some point along the list of the most coveted big men in the NBA for perhaps like the last half a decade. Miles Turner's always been on the trade.
He's been tied to the Lakers for a long time.
But if you watch the NBA Finals, you'd be like, why? Because what he did best, he wasn't really doing that great of. The Thunder were getting to the rim at will in some of those games. And then the other thing he was supposed to be really good at, he shot less than 30% the whole finals.
Yeah,
Chet remember seeing him.
Chet was able to hit those outside shots, bringing Miles Turner out, and he just wasn't really. They didn't really have a game plan adjusted to that.
The Pacers, I wonder how much they saw from the finals, and they said, you know what, we good, big dog. Hey, we good, big dog.
We good. Reportedly, Miles Turner wanted a larger contract than Naz Reid, and he wasn't able to get that. So,
which I'm not mad at him for.
Yeah,
I mean, not like I think they are relatively in the same tier in terms of centers.
Yeah,
I do think that Miles might hold a little bit more value in terms of starting capability for a full season. He's also been there for 10 years. You gotta give him some type of hometown.
He's been one of the longest tenured players in the NBA. Yeah.
It's not. I mean, Steph maybe.
Oh,
and Jokic, but so it's interesting with the Pacers though because they lose Halliburton for a whole season potentially, right? He's not going to play next season. You just let go of Miles Turner. You did kind of replace him potentially with Jay Huff from the Grizzlies today, but I don't really see that being too much. You're running out of squad next year with Nembhard, with Neesmith, with Benedict Mathurin, with Pascal. I'm curious to see how well that team does.
Yeah.
Because it is the East, and there has been a lot of retooling, but like I'm really curious to see what's next for the Pacers. Is that going to be the next big drop-off from a finals contending team?
Right,
you know?
Right. Yeah, it should be interesting. It should be interesting. They're gonna play. I think they're gonna. I just don't know who's gonna. I think they're gonna have Nembhard more so in that point guard role. Not gonna be as a lot of pick and roll with them. Maybe Siakam tries to take that leap as more of an aggressive scorer. That's not really his thing, but we just gotta wait.
It's gonna be interesting. It's definitely gonna be interesting. I'm excited to see what happens from them. I do trust that organization though to not give us a poor talent. They've been the one team since Reggie Miller's years, Jermaine O'Neal years, Danny Granger, Paul George,
yeah.
like they've been the one team that hasn't tanked in the East.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see like with their backs against the wall what they do.
Yeah,
but we're gonna get all into that.
yeah,
right?
for sure.
For the Thunder, though, I want to ask you a question. What does this mean for the Thunder, like going into next season? What does it mean for Shay's legacy? I'm of the belief that Shay might have just had a top 5, like in the top echelon of like seasons of any player in the NBA. He did the trifecta, won the scoring title, won the MVP, won a Finals MVP, plus that title. What does this do for their legacy? What does this mean for them next season?
Yeah, it's huge for Shay's legacy. No one's done what Shay's done since Shaq in 2000. And before that, it was Jordan.
Yeah.
When you look at those two, for me, when you look at those two players I just mentioned, those two might be the most, excluding Wilt with the asterisk, those two might be the most dominant primes of all time. And he accomplished what they did. Kareem also did it too. And he was just, the all-time scoring before LeBron did. So it was just pretty amazing. And he was just like, actually able to do it. So I think this is huge for his legacy.
Yeah.
This makes him up there with this is definitely one of the best point guard seasons of all time.
Sure.
And he just needs to keep building on that, and he would be up there as far as one of the, because
I think I'm like, yo, Steph, knock knock. Like Isaiah Thomas, knock knock. And I think the caveat will start to enter for Shay with what they did with Steph right Oh, he's not a point guard. He's not a
right.
Let's really try to slide him in the shooting guard category, because that way he's not going over Kobe, he's not going over MJ. But like Shay is not your prototypical point guard, or actually he's your prototypical point guard. He's not your typical point guard. And I'm wondering, what else does he have to do? Because that season we haven't seen that. It's like you said, Shaq, right? Like, what else does he have to do to like garner the respect? First of all, they're hating like hell, right? Like folks are hating.
Oh yeah, they're hating.
Like, what else does he have to do to garner the respect that, hey, like I'm one of the greatest of all time?
Yeah, so I think people are talking about this lately, the whole ring culture thing.
Yeah.
And I just think it's a little tough because when we were growing up, obviously in the 90s, or we can even go back to the 80s, or even the 60s, like 60s was Celtics, dominated. 70s, they joined the ABA and everything, so it's a little fractured.
Right.
80s, Lakers, dominated everything. Lakers got like 5 titles. Celtics got 3 titles. That's 8 already between two teams.
And then the 76.
Sixers get one in there, and somebody else gets one in there. Oh, Pistons get in 89, right? So that's like dominated, right? Obviously, the 90s, Jordan dominates. He leaves. Elijah Wan gets a couple, 2000s. 9 out of the 10 championships, I think, were Spurs or Lakers. You know what I'm saying? D Wade gets one. I think that's it. I think it was Lakers and then Celtics get one in 08.
Pistons got one too.
So yeah. So 7 out of the 10 were just 2 teams. Lately we've just seen. And obviously the Warriors had their thing. So, there's always been those teams.
Right.
With the way the CBA's worked, it's just been one championship. So we saw Stephen A say Giannis is a disappointment if he only has one. I mean, is he a disappointment if he only? I don't think so. The way it's structured up in this era, it's hard to keep that team together like how the other ones kept that team together. So, Jokic, if he only gets one, he's one of the greatest offensive players. As a Laker fan,
you gotta know.
I have to respect him, but it's like, why is he so good? Giannis, is it impossible that he doesn't creep up on the Tim Duncans of the world because he only has one? But it was such a different league then, where they were able to keep that same core of Tony Parker, Ginobili, and those guys. They weren't paying people as much. So with that happening, we saw the Phoenix Suns. Suns were a contender a few years ago. That entire team is fractured
in a year,
and it's just Booker on an island by himself. So with Shay, they still are able, I think. Well, the good thing is, they say like
boys are young.
got a chip on their rookie deal.
Yeah.
And they're able to get like on Jalen's rookie
Yeah.
deal and stuff, and some
Chet
of the
as
other
well.
guys, Chet as well. So they're able to retain bird rights. They're able to do those things.
Mhm.
So with them, it's a little different.
Yeah.
It's a little different. But I think he might only need to get one more to really solidify it in the media's eyes.
Right.
Because if he keeps dominating and he's getting 30, he's scoring on 50%.
Yep.
Win another scoring title.
Yeah.
It's like, how many point guards with multiple scoring titles you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's I mean, Steph has, and that's
it's
Steph.
literally just
Steph is like, you know, in Magic conversations now. So
yeah, I think that's scary. I think what we don't, and I think NBA players or NBA fans, should I say, and like the media around it, are very scared a lot of times. If it's not a LeBron, because I do think when we were younger, folks were crowning LeBron before he won, I think, right? And I'm a Heat fan, so I know like what that whole spill was. But I do think that we have this affinity to want to gatekeep. In reality, we are seeing potentially he is only 25, 26.
Yeah.
We're about to see one of the scariest, one of the most dominant runs from a guard ever. Like, it's not just, this is AI plus.
Plus winning. Exactly.
So I'm excited to see that. I'm also really intrigued, like what you said. Giannis is 1-1 in 2021. It's 2025. I'm about to jump a year. But like, I don't see the Bucks contending next season. The Nuggets, who I do think have a chance, next pick these Thunder to 7 games. They just traded away MPJ because he cost $20 million more than the guy they just picked up.
Which is essentially almost the same player.
We saw their owner talking about, bro, we don't want to fall into a situation where we have to trade away. And it's just like, even the Celtics, they won the chip last year.
They won the chip last year. Now we're talking about trading Jaylen Brown. That's unheard of before.
But that's
unheard of. But that's what it is now. So, but I got to keep the teams together for these championships. So that's why it's hard to say.
But I think the Thunder are the team now because they got them all young. Jay's the only one that's paid right now. Chet and Jay might step into an extension next season. Like, win that chip next year. You know?
It's kind of like what they say in football terms. Like, you want to win with that rookie, that QB on the rookie deal. You know what I'm saying? Because then when you start paying everybody, it's hard. That money can't go around. But you got on the rookie deal with your second and third best player. You retain bird rights. You can get him before everybody. You locked up Shay, who could have got more if he went in free agency, but he got the extension.
Hey, that's a lot of money.
It's looking good.
Blame him for doing what he did. But, hey, we talked a little bit about the offseason. In fact, a lot of what you were just saying, we were just talking about right now is what's going on now.
Right.
In your opinion, what has been the craziest move of this offseason so far?
The craziest move.
We've had a lot. Like, the regular season was crazy as is. Y'all somehow in the thick of the night, in the middle of the night, come away with Luka Doncic. And at the start of February, that was bonkers.
I pulled over on the side of the road because I didn't believe it.
That was bonkers. But we saw Jimmy Butler force his way out of Miami to Golden State. What has been the craziest thing about this offseason to you so far?
Man, a few crazy moves. I would say... I know we just talked about it, but I want to say the Bucks essentially paying $50 million for Miles Turner. Them waiving Damian Lillard.
I would like that.
Waiving Damian Lillard. So they're going to pay Damian Lillard to go rehab. And then they also got to sign. So you're essentially paying $50 million to sign Miles Turner after those finals. Reportedly, Giannis wasn't too happy with it, and I would say that's pretty shocking. DeAndre Ayton being a former #1 pick getting bought out this early is pretty shocking.
And you guys benefited.
You know, because the Suns will be paying most of that. So you know, Luka gets a solid lot. We'll see how his effort is because his effort really hasn't been there. But Chris Paul made him look really nice when he was over there. So we've seen what Luka's been able to do with like a Derek Lively and Gafford offensively. So
guys who want to jump and defend.
Yeah, yeah. But I would say, technically it wasn't the offseason, right? The lottery.
Well, I mean, that was just before the offseason. Offseason for other folks. But
yeah, exactly.
That.
Because wow, the Dallas Mavericks landing the #1 pick. I mean, I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
I am
too much, but it's just like, some things are just very interesting. Like, LeBron goes to Cleveland.
Yeah.
Derrick Rose goes to Chicago.
Patrick
Ewing going to the New York Knicks. Victor Wembanyama in France. Played for Tony Parker's basketball team.
Yeah.
You really think they were going to send him with LaMelo and those boys for his vets in Charlotte? He went there, and then now you trade away Luka Doncic. The craziest trade in NBA history.
For sure.
And then you get rewarded with one of the most hyped draft picks in a real while. It's just,
And Nico Harrison has audacity to say, "I hope you guys see what I'm doing."
I
had to. I brittled my.
What did he say? The bold, the fate, something. He said something. Fate fortunes, the bold, or something like that.
I had to brittle my tongue when the trade or when the lottery odds happened because I had to be very careful, and not like I had to be extremely careful. Because it seemed so fraudulent to me. It seems so, and everyone who's been in that room, all the journalists and stuff like that, I'm like, it's impossible to read. We live in America.
It's TV, it's entertainment.
And so that in my opinion had to be the NBA in my opinion has also been the best drama on TV.
Oh yes.
And it's the only drama that's I mean General Hospital exists, right? All my children exist. The NBA is right next to it. You know what I'm saying?
The drama.
But that had to be in sports, it feels like the most astronomical thing that happened. That I can say, here is my top 3, top 5 best player in the NBA.
Oh yes, for sure.
Go for a top 15 guy, right? Like here you go. Like, and then also the entire city of Dallas is like, yeah, forget you, Nico. Like we're not coming to these games anymore. AD gets hurt in his first game with the Mavericks. Kyrie ends up also getting hurt before the playoffs start. How?
They were rewarded.
You finish as the 10th seed, and somehow, some way, you come away with the #1 overall pick. That to me is
unbelievable.
Yeah, it's the worst thing. I think it's the worst thing that could have happened in the NBA. It's going to work out beautifully for the Mavericks at some point. Maybe they win a championship at some point within this iteration with Kyrie and AD there with the flag. But that to me is preposterous, and it almost feels like, bro, right in your face. Like they pulled one right in our face.
Right in our face, and it's like,
and they know we can't say nothing.
Yeah, who do you think we are? Like we knew, we knew Wemby. It was ordained. They the Spurs are gonna get a generational big. The Wemby will win an MVP. How in one lifetime do you have 3 generational MVP big men?
Well, the Thunder also have had 4.
But it's like, man, it's just like,
I don't get it. The Spurs thing is like, I don't get it, but okay, at least you guys didn't pull some type of like, this wasn't like in the Thief of the Night. This isn't the Baltimore Colts being stolen to Indianapolis, right? Like that's not the Spurs, but at least like with the Cooper flag thing. Detroit, they won with Cade, right? Like they're good with Cade. But the Washington Wizards have been right here. And they've been right here. The Rockets, who, of course, the Rockets are solid right now, but they had a string of years where they were also favored for the #1. They came away with 2, they came away with 3. The Utah Jazz. If you wanted to have a new...
Everybody thought that's where that was going, bro. Man.
And now they're looking prime for AJ this year. And it's like, to me, this is the perfect sandwich for Nico to be able to claim, hey, I did this when you did absolutely nothing. You had the worst trade. It's the craziest trade in NBA history because that was the worst thing you could have said yes to.
And don't get me wrong, I'm grateful, but you only spoke with one team. I don't know what's going on. Like, so many things happened this year that have just never happened.
Never had collusion. I mean, I'll reel it back, but it was absolutely the trade in itself happening and not being, yo, you know, we should. Are you sure that's all you want for Luka?
I was driving and I'm looking at it and I'm like, what? And I'm like, okay, Shams, I got hacked. You know, Shams has been hacked before.
Yeah.
I pull over, my phone just start blowing up. Our friend Joe Me calls me.
Yeah.
He calls me and he just like, I'm like, what? He's like, it's real.
Yeah. Bro, I was working in my former place of employment. My coworker gets off. I work for sports, right? I work in sports. My coworker gets off, and then 15 minutes later comes back on. And he's like, "Yo, what the hell did Shams just tweet?" I said, "What you mean?" He says, "Look at Shams' Twitter. Look on Twitter." Immediately, I see the tweet. I'm like, "Oh, it's absolutely he got hacked, bro. It happens, folks. Get hacked.
He got hacked."
We come back around. Shams says, "I did not get hacked." And that's how preposterous the trade was, because you had to legitimately question, yo, did this guy actually get hacked? Like, and he has to make a statement. No,
my favorite is a fan telling Devin Booker, Luka got traded. He's like, Luka Garza?
Yo. So I think the whole NBA was like taken by storm when that happened.
Then when the number one pick happened.
The number one pick. That is rewarding bad sportsmanship.
They had the number one pick in the WNBA too?
But at least,
you know what I'm saying? So it was like, what's up with Dallas? Like, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to Dallas, man. Like, y'all winning right now. You know what I'm saying?
And I love what Paige is known for. We'll get to talk about Paige too. Sure. Yeah, I think that one, good call on that, because that one really blew. Like, I actually was mad, and I don't get mad that often, but I was mad that often.
But I was like,
no. I don't know why you're pissed, because I came away with Luka.
I mean, they got Luka. I mean, we kind of started the whole thing, but I'm like,
I'm pissed because the Miami Heat decided to win one more extra game and lock ourselves out of potential. We could have been the number 10. We could have had the 10th best odds and might have walked away with. But all together, I think when the NBA, if they ever choose to reconsider, if they ever choose to reconsider the lottery, I absolutely think that you should top lock it. That you have to have one of the worst 3 records, worst 4. And we can play with those odds that way. To me, it made no sense that Miami Heat, the Mavericks, anybody who was in a play-in, had a chance at
the lottery. No.
I'm
not saying go full NFL, but you got to change it a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Because here's what's going to happen: the Thunder are going to walk away with someone's pick one year.
They're going to win,
and it's going to be unprotected.
And when you do that, it's very, like how we were talking about how there was, then you don't get that anymore.
No.
Because I don't know the full details of the trade, but Lakers won in 80. They won 84 or something like that. But anyway, one of the times they won, they somehow had the number 1 pick. Already got 2 Hall of Famers. Already got Michael Cooper on the bench. They get the number 1 pick and add Worthy. Now they're unstoppable. Now they win 3 more. Like, you know what I'm saying? They could, because at that time it's Lakers, Celtics, Lakers. But see, you see the Celtics, the same thing happened to them. Well, unfortunately, the Len Bias situation. But it's like, when these good teams also get a number 1 pick again, it's hard, because
I will say,